dear Sitecore family. Welcome to yet another episode of the season 2 of Sitecore Tech Talks. Today we have a new face. It's Shail Bhatt. So Shail has been working here at Horizontal from last how many years?
4 years.
4 years. And currently he is serving in the capacity of tech lead. Primary domain being the front-end technologies. And so today we are going to discuss on, like he has a number of experiences specific to moving from MVC to headless. I know the earlier one was a pain, I understand. And the second one, which is I think very few of them would have experience on, is moving product from the Sitecore Commerce to Sitecore OrderCloud, which is also a headless commerce product from Sitecore. So I think it will be interesting, it will be nice, and let's hear out his thoughts. So firstly, Shail, welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
Yeah. And for our viewers, can you just share your overall professional journey, your experience with all of us?
Sure. First of all, thank you, Varun, for having me here. So for those who don't know me, I am Shail Bhatt, and I am in this IT industry from last 9 years, and my niche is front-end development, but I am with Sitecore from last 9 years as well. I basically joined Horizontal 4 years ago, and I have seen everything. I mean, as you mentioned that I was first working on the traditional Sitecore, then currently working on headless technology, and same goes for commerce. I have worked on many commerce projects since I'm with Horizontal. So I started with Sitecore Commerce, and then my last project was based on OrderCloud. So I've seen that evolution as well. Since from beginning of my career, I have worked with Sitecore along with front end. So it's become my passion now. That each day, every day, I am waiting for new things to come, which I can learn and adapt. So I can utilize those to serve our clients better.
So tell me, how was it when you were working through as a front-end expert on the traditional MVC world of Sitecore?
Yep.
And you need to be transparent, so don't worry about it.
I will. I will. Yeah. So yep. At that time, I'll not say it was any unpleasant experience. I mean, of course, at that time that was the technology which was there in the market, right?
That was the one.
And it had quite enough features to serve our business, our client needs. It's just the methodology was bit different from what we are doing right now. At that time, there were a lot of manual things which we had to do, and by being a front-end guy, I will say that there was a lot of dependency, right, to deliver your own work. We had to be aligned with the standards of Sitecore. I would not say limitations, but yeah, it had its own ways to create something. For an example, as a front end, if I am being asked to create a normal simple component, it was not like that I'll go away straight forward on my own, I will build that component. First I can because at that time in traditional Sitecore, if you know that it had its own components, out of the box components, which we used to utilize
for SXA.
For SXA, so in that it had its own limitations as well. Even for doing a minor structural change, we had to do manipulations using jQuery just to achieve what we want to match the design layout and everything. And since Sitecore had its own out of the box components, there were limitations in even adding your custom classes, for an example.
Sometimes there were, like in the initial days it were.
So that was a bit challenging, but we had our ways, but that process was quite lengthy and challenging. First front end developer will build the component, and then parallelly backend will work on creating templates and everything. And there used to be a handshake process where integration used to take place. So yeah, it needed some change, it needed some evaluation, uh, but yeah, I would say that it had its own fun, its own challenges.
Yeah, and I think what I also remember is there were a lot of integration hours that we used to spend, right? Like
Yeah.
as a front end, as a back end, because then you will build out the HTMLs,
Yeah.
and then we will need to integrate it, and then of course we're not
Yeah.
front end experts, so we might miss out a container, for example,
Yes.
and it will not look like as it is looking in your front end repo.
Yeah.
So then again we will sit together and identify what is it that is
Yes,
missed.
what is breaking? Yeah.
So crazy days, but
Crazy days, yeah.
good old days, I would
Good old
say.
days, yeah.
Yeah, I think fast forward to the headless world wherein we have the JSS SDK, and we can build out the components. Let's just clearly take an example of XM Cloud right now,
Yeah.
where we have the XM Cloud environment. We build out templates. I think you also can do it. You know how to build out templates, no doubts about it. But then technically that is now directly usable in a front end application by connecting it through the environment variables. So as an experience perspective, what do you feel like? How much has it helped? And if it has, then in what levels has it helped?
It has helped a lot, and it has changed the entire way of how development used to happen and how the development is happening now.
Yeah.
First of all, I will say it has introduced dependability between both the sides, front end as well as the back end development. It gives that satisfaction,
that is a nice word.
yeah.
Yes.
Because being in IT industry, having a satisfaction of that, yes, I have built something on my own,
Yeah.
without being dependent on anyone,
Yeah.
which is flexible, which is
Correct.
robust, which can be reused.
Yes.
So I don't have to spend time
Again, yeah.
working on the same kind of things again and again across the projects as well, not only about in one project.
Yeah.
As the presentation layer has been detached, it's quite more flexible. Using just API, the Sitecore layout services, you can build whatever you want. From performance perspective also, as Next.js came into the picture,
Yeah.
it gave a whole new level of boost in making your site accessible faster, SEO friendly. So yeah, it has the evolution has been really beneficial.
Right. So I think I like the word satisfaction, because I think that is one thing that most of the front end developers were feeling initially, not like even working on Sitecore but not being a part of it, and now you can own it fully.
Yep.
Right. Well, let's look at it from the Sitecore commerce perspective. So Sitecore commerce, of course, initially you explained the MVC, and then of course you also explained a little bit of experience on Sitecore SXA. So commerce components were SXA components, like a kind of a package over the SXA, and then you have experience working on that. Would you like to share that with us?
Sure, yeah. So especially when you work with the commerce website, business always needs something different, right? You will see a lot of e-commerce websites these days which has its own unique features. So sometimes it gets very difficult to use out of the box component and adding the custom features.
Correct.
Because sometimes based complexity of the feature you want to develop, your out of the component may not be flexible enough. So it requires a whole level of efforts to customize it, which may also need the product support. Of course, the community support was very good on traditional Sitecore days as well. But yeah, it needs a lot of customization.
Yes.
So which takes a lot of time. Also, during Sitecore Commerce, we used to work with normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript for the front end perspective. Yeah. So from performance perspective as well, there was an impact, because for e-commerce, I'll say it's very important to make your customer feel that I want to visit
Correct.
this website again and
that's an
again.
app.
Yeah.
Yeah, again,
So-
again. I mean, these things exactly what you're
Yeah.
saying are important. Experience is important.
Experience is important,
Yeah. So-
because for commerce website, if a customer is coming to your site, after going through, first of all, he should be able to find products easily. That product journey is very important to
Yeah.
persist your traffic. And for an example, if user adding products into the cart, and if cart is taking minutes to load, customer will get frustrated and he'll leave the site, and he has a lot of options, right?
Yes.
So that is also very important, which is one of the challenge we have faced. Of course, we made our own customization, to serve our client better. But that is what changed with, when OrderCloud came in picture.
Yeah.
Because if you can imagine OrderCloud with XM Cloud and Next.js, that is a deadly trio, I would
Yeah.
say. So that is what happened with while working on the OrderCloud projects. We noticed that we had our own, a lot of flexibility, because building component was something on our hand.
Yeah.
And
They used to provide all the data that is.
all the data,
Yeah.
And based on experience as well, Sitecore has introduced those things in OrderCloud which was not there in earlier, Sitecore Commerce, the traditional one. The API support, the way you extend the APIs to do something unique on top of it. So yeah, that commerce evaluation has played a big role, I would say, and which has helped us in gain our clients' confidence as well.
Yeah. So I think I would completely agree with you that Sitecore Commerce initially, I mean, it had its products or components where the basic necessity was fulfilled well, but when it came to client-specific business logic implementation,
Of course.
there was like, I mean, it used to be very painful.
Yes.
Right. Yes, support was there. Sitecore support was helping us out. Even the Sitecore product team was helping us out, and it definitely made the journey, easier after their support and help. But still, eventually, if you compare it now with OrderCloud, we know how painful the journey it was, or how difficult the journey it was. Fast forward to OrderCloud, I think the biggest benefit that Sitecore is providing is pure data, and then you build it out. I mean, I think the same benefit that we had technically with headless, with the JSS SDK in place, wherein you get the layout service data available, or write a GraphQL and get the data available with you. Something similar is also available in OrderCloud through their API management and the SDK. So yes, I completely agree. I mean, eventually, lives are getting simpler, and then I think the same data can not just be built for web applications but also for mobiles.
Of course.
Right. So do you want to talk about any of those experiences?
Yeah, so basically, if I talk about OrderCloud's API management, I've told you, right, it's quite flexible. In one of the project, we had some scenarios where even those APIs were not sufficient for the use cases which we wanted to build. But with the help of the community support, the Sitecore support team, we extended their own solution for certain business use cases, which helped us in deriving what we and our client wanted to. So I would say that OrderCloud has impacted the commerce development in such a way that there is nothing which we cannot do. Of course, it also needs its own customization, but that is something I would say it's flexible enough to adapt those customization very easily. But at the end, it will give you the efficient solution. And as you said, it's not limited to one device. You can utilize the same across all the devices to give a similar experience to all the users, or across the device, all the channels.
Yeah. Cool. Well, any last minute thoughts for those people who would want to start off on front-end on Sitecore?
I would say I'll only advise one thing, that whatever chance you get, whether it's working on a traditional Sitecore or the headless, the XM Cloud one, just grab it, because as I mentioned that traditional Sitecore has had its own fun, own challenges, and by working on that, you will feel the difference when you will end up on any project which has the XM Cloud. So if you see an opportunity, you should grab it, because at the end you are going to learn a lot.
Correct. Well, I would second that completely. And additionally, what I would like to say here is Sitecore and its products are some of the top-notch products in the industry on an enterprise level. So if you want to have experiences which are enterprise level and build out products for bigger, clients, I think getting into Sitecore in any capacity for that matter would definitely help. And Sitecore community overall is very warm, invites you with open arms. There are a lot of community endpoints, whether you say the Sitecore community Slack, whether you say the Stack Exchange. There are many such platforms wherein you have various user groups available. So learning on Sitecore will not be a big deal. Sitecore themselves have a great documentation. They have great, discover Sitecore as a video series. So a lot of things, lot of resources already available for you to get started on things. Well, if you want to get started, of course, all those things are available. But also, what you have is, a front-end expert in Shail available to you. So if you have any questions, well, you can reach out to him over LinkedIn, or you can reach out to me, and we can connect. But yeah, I believe that was it for the episode today, and hope you like it. Hope you got insights into how the journey used to be earlier for a front-end developer, and specifically, when a person is migrating, is in a industry for what, maybe nearly 10 years, I would say. How things have changed over the decade, how it has been getting better and better day by day. But there is one more thing before I end. I would like to say that what Sitecore had at that time, whether you say the SXA, or whether you say the MVC, or whether you say Sitecore Commerce, was again the top notch at that time in the industry.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so that has always remained. Sitecore has always remained at the top, and adopting the newest and greatest frameworks wherever required. So, well, that was it for today's episode. Hope you like it. See you again in the next one. Cheers.